This script presents each news topic in a listener-friendly way, with 3 to 4 clear lines per topic that preserve the key details. Topic 1. Iran War driving sharp commodity dislocations. The Iran War, which began in late February, has caused large-scale interruptions to Gulf oil supplies and created major disruption across global commodity markets. Physical supply damage, insurance, and safety risks mean recovery is slow, and full restoration could take months to years. Since the conflict began, roughly 500 million barrels of oil and condensate have been removed from production and distribution, about $50 billion at $100 per barrel, with Gulf producers losing around 8 million barrels per day in March alone. Jet fuel exports plunged about 19.6 million barrels in February to roughly 4.1 million in March-April combined. Refinery and terminal damage plus delayed shipments have prolonged shortages, and ships are diverting or avoiding the Strait of Hormuz amid mine and insurance risks. Fertilizer prices, notably nitrogen products like urea, jumped over 30%. Shipping and route changes raised transport costs and created Asian product shortages. And while markets briefly eased on news of partial Hormuz openings, policymakers, including Fed officials, warn inflationary and employment effects could persist as markets may be underestimating the true economic fallout. Topic 2. Anthropic's Dario Amodei will meet the White House about Mythos. AI advances complicate college admissions and policy debates. Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei met with White House Chief of Staff Susie Wills to discuss the capabilities of the new AI model Mythos and possibilities for government collaboration, and the meeting was described as constructive. Mythos is said to rival human experts in finding and exploiting software vulnerabilities, and Anthropic is initially distributing it under Project Glasswing to about 40 major companies, including Amazon, Google, Apple, JP Morgan, for preemptive security checks rather than public release. The company's blacklist history with the prior administration, DoD requests for broad access, and Anthropic's stated limits on autonomous weapons or mass domestic surveillance have created regulatory and national security debate, while the UK, EU, and other agencies weigh implications. Rapid AI progress is also reshaping education and labor choices. Students and parents are rethinking majors and vocational paths amid tuition and debt pressures. And policy proposals, such as Elon Musk's federal cash idea for displaced workers, have intensified discussions about regulation, welfare, and workforce transition. Topic 3. Federal judge blocks Nexstar-Tegna merger, signaling tougher antitrust enforcement. A U.S. federal judge issued a preliminary injunction pausing Nexstar's roughly $6 to $6.2 billion acquisition of Tegna, finding a high likelihood the merger would violate antitrust law and barring Nexstar from integrating or operating Tegna. The challenge was brought by 8 Democratic state attorneys general and DirecTV, arguing the deal would raise retransmission fees and weaken local news competition to the detriment of consumers and regional journalism. The order follows earlier federal approvals and FCC ownership waivers, and the judge's decision, Nexstar says it will appeal, highlights growing state-level antitrust enforcement in media and finance that can conflict with federal regulatory outcomes. The ruling effectively halts the merger for now and signals a stricter enforcement environment for large media consolidation. Topic 4. Ford recall for nearly 1.4 million F-150s over unexpected transmission downshifts. Ford is recalling about 1.4 million F-150 pickup trucks, predominantly 2015 to 2017 model years, built 2014-012 to 2017-0818, because an intermittent fault can cause an unexpected and sudden 2-gear downshift, risking loss of vehicle control. Investigators trace the issue to intermittent signal loss between the transmission range sensor and the powertrain control module (PCM), likely worsened by heat and vibration degrading EL.